So Amorim to AC Milan, it is a here we go confirmed by Fabrizio Romano, and in this video I will tell you why. Ruben Amorim, it is a risk to get him, but as they say, you take the risk, there comes a big reward from AC Milan, and in this video I will tell you the benefits of Amorim coming to Milan and the downs of Amorim going to Milan. So before we begin, make sure to like, make sure to subscribe, like the video, share the video, let's get to 100 subscribers, and let's begin. Let's begin with why is Amorim good for Milan. So, the first one, Amorim, he as you see with Man United, he plays a 3-4-3 or around a 3-4-1. So as he was playing with Manchester United before he was sacked, he plays a 3-4-3 and a 3-4-1. That does good in this area. So if Amorim plays a 3-4-3, a 3-4-1, they're gonna play around the same formation because almost Allegri plays like that, and his style of play is aggressive. That is very good in this area. He has aggressive pressing, quick transitions that you need in this area, especially when you play in the Champions League with a team better than Milan, or in the Europa League now because they didn't qualify for the Champions League. That's why they sacked Allegri and they got Amorim as the new coach of AC Milan. And Amorim has a task, and with this task, he needs a long-term project. And Milan wants fast results. They want to get Champions League this season as fast as possible. So we'll talk about that when there is the cons, because there could be a bad decision from Milan. So as I told you, he plays a 3-4-3, a 3-4-1, and he has a clear style of play. And he has aggressive pressing, quick transitions, just Amorim how he plays, even with Man United. And that is good because Milan has looked tactically inconsistent in the recent seasons. With Allegri, they didn't have a tactic. They just play Allegri ball, go back, attack. With this, you're gonna have more identity with Amorim. You're gonna have more identity, and you need the players to get Amorim happy. Because without the players that Amorim needs, the system, the 3-4-3, the 3-4-1 will not work. And he even has excellent. So he improves young talents at Sporting CP, not at Manchester United, because at Manchester United at that time the players were going down. But now this season, fortunately, they had a very, very good season with Michael Carrick. And now at Sporting CP, he developed talents. He improved talents significantly. And Milan rely on developing stars. So that is why they got Amorim, to develop stars from youth come to the first team, and they develop them, and maybe they can do a plus Valenza on him. And maybe just maybe they could do a massive plus Valenza, or maybe they could stay at the club with Amorim, get to the system, and does great things for the club. And even number 3, strong dressing room. So in the dressing room, he will not lose the dressing room, for example, like an Igor Tudor that he has lost the dressing room with Juventus. He has a reputation of building unity with the team, and he has professionalism. And many Sporting supporters credit him with creating a strong team spirit, and removing the bad energy, creating unity with the team, creating a family. And that is what Milan need. To be more united and to get the Champions League. And He even has experience rebuilding, not that a massive giant at the top level that plays Champions League that won or that almost win the Champions League every single game, every single year, sorry. But he has experience building a giant that is sporting. Because when Amorim arrived at Sporting, they have been almost 2 decades without winning a league title. And then, when he rebuilt the team and the club with the management that he won the Portuguese League. He won the Portuguese League, and that is showing that he could handle pressure at a historic club like AC Milan. Not as historic as AC Milan, because AC Milan is one of the best teams in the world as history. Sporting CP has a good history as well, especially in the Portuguese system. But he has an experience building them. But they need a long-term project. Milan need a long-term project with Amorim, because now they have been out of the Champions League, and Amorim's style of coaching is the one that could change them. But the downside is they need several years. Because it's a little bit difficult. To get in a short amount of time, because now the Milan management are now, it's kind of all over the place. So it's difficult to get the players that he wants this season. So if next season they don't get Champions League as well, don't be surprised. And football philosophy has moved on, not like Allegri. Not like Allegri. He prefers playing proactive football rather than sitting back and defending like Allegri. He adapts in big matches. So when he plays against a stronger opponent, because they are organized and they play dangerous on the counter attack, he adapts to the team. But then he now has the hunger to prove himself with AC Milan. Because with Manchester United, he failed, unfortunately. And he wants to build his reputation again with AC Milan, bring the ambition, bring the energy to AC Milan, and maybe get the Champions League in the first year. If he does that could be a massive, massive step for Ruben Amorim. And now, let's go to the downsides of why he could not be the best option. As I told you in the beginning of the video, his system is very specific. They play with a 3-back, 3-4-3, or a 3-4-2-1. And if Milan team isn't built for it, which is built for it because they have done it with Allegri, the 3-back, the team could struggle adapting to Amorim. And require signings. That Amorim want. Because if they stay with the same players, Amorim is not going to be able to adapt the players to his style. And he also has limited experience in the top 5 leagues. Okay. His most of success is in Portugal with Sporting, because in Manchester United he didn't have much success. And in the Serie A, you need to be tactically good. You need to be aggressive. And the success in Portugal doesn't always translate to Italy. Because Portugal and Italy play a completely different football. So that could be, but the players now have experience in this area, but his style, the adaptation to his style maybe in the first couple of matches, they could have. Milan, there's a big chance that they can lose. Because the players will not adapt and not adapt that fast. And Milan needs results quickly, as I told you. Milan needs results quickly. And Amorim projects takes time. And the supporters and the players and the management may not be that patient to get the results in a couple of years when he gets signings. So that could be a different way. Maybe Amorim can get sacked if he doesn't get the results that is required. And imagine if Milan spend a lot of money of Amorim's system and things doesn't work out. The next coach, it's done because the next coach doesn't want the players of Amorim, and then boom, it is done. And after Man United, everybody see him as the coach that failed at Man United. But he is ready to prove himself at Milan. He's ready to prove himself for Milan. So, tell me guys what you think about Amorim coming to Milan. Tell me guys what you think. Make sure to like, make sure to subscribe, and see you in the next video. Peace.